Everything you believe about separation is an illusion. There's something that science has discovered, but that few people fully understand. Everything in the universe is connected in a way that defies time and space. There is a hidden energy field that intertwines not only subatomic particles, but also your thoughts, your emotions, and most importantly, your destiny. What does that mean? It means that your mind is influencing reality in ways you've never imagined. From now on, what you're about to discover could change your reality forever. Imagine you're holding two identical dice. You roll one in one place, and someone else rolls the other thousands of miles away. Now imagine that, no matter the distance between them, the outcome of one always influences the other instantly. This isn't magic, it's a real principle of quantum physics called quantum entanglement. This phenomenon, proven by scientific experiments, shows that entangled particles remain invisibly connected, reacting to each other even when separated by absurd distances. But what few people know is that this principle can extend beyond the microscopic world and influence your life, your mind, and your energy. If everything in the universe is made of energy and fundamental particles, your consciousness could also be subject to these same rules. This means that your thoughts, intentions, and emotions might have a much greater impact than you realize. When you understand this truth and learn how to use it consciously, you can start unlocking a hidden energy that's always been within you. But before understanding how this can transform your reality, we need to explore what actually connects your mind to the universe. Your thoughts seem to exist only inside your head, but the truth is, they have a much greater reach than you think. Scientists and quantum physics researchers have discovered that consciousness is not confined to the brain. It interacts with the very fabric of the universe. One of the most impressive studies was conducted by the HeartMath Institute, which found that the human heart generates a powerful electromagnetic field, capable of influencing not just your own body, but the environment around you. This means that your emotions and intentions can travel beyond you, impacting other people and even events. If thoughts are forms of energy and energy never disappears, where do your intentions and emotions go when you project them into the universe? The concept of quantum entanglement suggests there is an interconnection between all particles, including those that make up your own being. This means that when you think about something with emotional intensity, that vibration can resonate with another part of the universe, attracting situations and responses aligned with that frequency. This is why some people seem to manifest opportunities, encounters, and events by chance, while others remain stuck in repetitive cycles of struggles. The secret lies in how your mental waves interact with this vast field of invisible energy. In the early 20th century, quantum physics began to reveal a hidden side of reality. The double-slit experiment demonstrated that light particles, photons, behave differently depending on whether or not they are being observed. This means that the observer's consciousness influences matter, something that challenges the logic of conventional science. But there's an even more impressive phenomenon: quantum entanglement. In 1935, Albert Einstein, Boris Podolsky, and Nathan Rosen proposed a theoretical experiment called the EPR paradox, suggesting that if entanglement were real, two particles could remain connected even if they were separated by light years of distance. Decades later, in 1982, physicist Alain Aspect proved that this was true. He demonstrated that by altering the state of one particle, its entangled partner would change instantly, without any signal traveling between them. This confirmed that there is an invisible connection between particles, an interconnection field that exists beyond time and space. Now, think about it on a broader scale. If everything in the universe is made of the same fundamental particles, then why wouldn't your mind, your thoughts, and your energy also be subject to this same interconnection? The impacts of this phenomenon on your life are profound, and one of the biggest drivers of this interaction between your mind and the universe is your subconscious, a living antenna that constantly picks up and transmits frequencies. Your thoughts aren't just internal events inside your brain. They generate electromagnetic vibrations that travel through space, interacting with the energy field around you. But what's even more fascinating is that this emission doesn't only happen consciously. In fact, most of it comes from your subconscious. Research from the HeartMath Institute shows that the human heart generates an electromagnetic field that extends several meters beyond the body. This field interacts with other energy systems, acting as a bridge between your emotions and the environment around you. And who controls most of this process? Your subconscious. The subconscious is like a radio antenna. It is constantly picking up external frequencies and emitting signals based on your deepest beliefs. This means that if you have negative mental patterns stored, your subconscious will be vibrating at that frequency, attracting situations and experiences that reflect that energy. But if you learn to reprogram it, you can start transmitting a new frequency and thus radically change the events that manifest in your life. Think about this. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a negative emotional state, it seems like everything starts going wrong around you? Or, conversely, when you're full of positive energy, opportunities just seem to show up. This happens because your vibrational field responds to what's stored in your subconscious. If the subconscious has the power to emit and pick up frequencies, shaping the reality around us, then why do most people fail to consciously access this power? The answer lies in the mental programming we receive from birth. From an early age, we're taught to believe that reality is fixed, that the world is purely material, and that we can only change our lives through physical effort and rational logic. This limited view blocks our connection with the quantum laws of the universe, making us prisoners of a reality that could be much more expansive. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a biologist and epigenetics researcher, demonstrated that 95% of our daily actions are controlled by the subconscious, and this subconscious is primarily shaped in the first 7 years of life. During this phase, our brain predominantly operates at the theta wave frequency, a highly receptive state similar to a hypnotic trance. It is during this time that we absorb beliefs, patterns, and limitations from the environment we live in. If we grow up hearing phrases like, "Money is hard to make," "You can't have everything in life," or "You have to work really hard to get something," these ideas become automatic programs within the subconscious. Later on, even if we consciously desire abundance, success, or happiness, our deep mind continues emitting frequencies based on the limiting beliefs we absorbed in childhood. These beliefs become internal commands that shape our adult lives. Even if, rationally, you no longer believe in these statements, your subconscious still accepts them as truths. Here's how this impacts your life in practice. If your subconscious believes that money is hard to make, you might still earn money, but somehow it always slips away through unexpected expenses, bad investments, or opportunities that never materialize. If your mind was programmed to believe that relationships are difficult, you might attract partners who reinforce that belief, creating a repetitive pattern of frustrations. If you were taught that you don't deserve success, you might notice that whenever you're about to achieve something great, an obstacle appears to stop your progress. Think about how many times you've set a goal, lose weight, make more money, build a healthy relationship, and somehow ended up falling back into old habits. This happens because, while your conscious mind wants to follow one path, your subconscious is already programmed to follow another. This is the reason why so many people try to change their lives, but feel stuck in repetitive cycles. They don't realize that their energetic vibration is being determined by a subconscious that still operates under an old limiting program. The connection between your inner beliefs and your external reality is a direct reflection of what quantum physics calls quantum entanglement. But if changing your life were as simple as changing your thoughts, everyone would already be living the life of their dreams, right? The problem is, most people don't know how to effectively reprogram the subconscious. They spend their lives trying to change external circumstances without realizing that the true block is within them. The good news is that there are ways to reverse this programming. Just like a computer can be updated with new software, the subconscious can be reprogrammed with new beliefs that enable a new reality. If everything in the universe is connected, how exactly does this connection happen? The answer lies in entangled particles, a quantum phenomenon that challenges our understanding of reality and reveals a hidden power within us. When two subatomic particles become entangled, They remain connected regardless of the distance between them. If one changes its state, the other responds instantly, as if they share the same consciousness. The most impressive part? This communication happens without any visible physical signal, as if there's a level of information beyond space and time that keeps everything unified. But why is this important for you? Because you're made of these particles too. Your body, your mind, and your consciousness are part of this vast interconnected field. What quantum physics is showing us is that our connection to the universe is much deeper than we ever realized. And this connection isn't just theoretical. It can be activated and used to transform your life. Studies conducted by physicist Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff suggest that consciousness might be linked to quantum behavior within the microtubules of brain cells. This means that your own thoughts might operate in an entangled way with the universe. If your mind influences the reality around you, then what you think and feel isn't confined to your brain. It resonates in the quantum field. Your intentions, emotions, and even your worldview create waves that spread beyond you, interacting with other energies and shaping your life experience. Have you ever had a sense that something bad was about to happen, even without any obvious reason, and then saw it unfold? Or thought intensely about someone and, shortly after, they reached out to you? This is the effect of quantum interconnectedness between your mind and the external reality. If subatomic particles can communicate instantly, regardless of distance, imagine what happens when your mind aligns with that same frequency of interconnection. Your intentions begin to manifest more quickly. You attract circumstances and people that seem to be in the right place at the right time. Your energy and creativity levels increase. You feel a deeper connection with your intuition and the natural flow of life. If everything in the universe is interconnected, then your thoughts and emotions are energetic transmissions that interact with the very fabric of reality. What you feel and think doesn't just disappear inside you. This energy propagates, creating vibrational patterns that influence everything around you. Neuroscientist Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that when you generate a thought, it creates a chemical reaction in the brain, which in turn triggers a corresponding emotion. That emotion strengthens the thought, forming a vicious cycle. If you're constantly thinking about failure, fear, or scarcity, your body vibrates at that frequency, and that vibration affects your decisions, your behavior, and most importantly, what you attract into your life. Similarly, if you cultivate thoughts of success, abundance, and gratitude, your vibrational field changes, and your reality starts reflecting this new frequency. If you're seeking success but have been conditioned to believe that only a few people are lucky, your subconscious may create invisible blocks that prevent your progress. In other words, it's not enough to just consciously want something. You need to align your deep vibration with that intention. The first step in changing your vibration is to reprogram your subconscious to operate at a higher energy level. This means you need to send consistent signals to your energy field until your subconscious accepts this new reality as true. As we always say here, one of the most fundamental methods is through meditation and visualization. When you enter a meditative state, your brain starts operating at deeper frequencies, theta and delta, which are ideal for accessing the subconscious. Visualizing your goals as if they're already a reality reinforces this new vibration. Repeating phrases like, "I am worthy of abundance," or "My energy attracts incredible experiences," helps recondition your mind to operate at a new frequency. High vibration emotions like gratitude and love strengthen your energy field and make it easier to connect with the universe. You can also combine meditation here, breathing deeply and invoking these emotions. Many limiting beliefs come from past experiences that were stored in the subconscious. Techniques like EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, and NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, can help dissolve these barriers. When you consistently apply these practices, your thoughts and emotions begin to vibrate in tune with the natural flow of the universe. And when that happens, something extraordinary occurs. Your external reality begins to shift to reflect this new internal frequency. When you start aligning your mind with the truth of quantum entanglement, something deep happens. Your perception of reality changes. You stop seeing the world as a collection of random events and start realizing there's a greater flow of intelligence connecting everything. And more importantly, you become aware of your role in this process. The universe responds to the vibration you emit. When your mind and subconscious are aligned with thoughts of abundance, well-being, and confidence, this frequency reflects back to you in the form of opportunities, unexpected encounters, and synchronicities that seem like coincidences. But in reality, none of this is random. It's simply the quantum field's response to your new energetic transmissions. Many people who experience this awakening report similar patterns of transformation. Synchronicities increase. You start noticing that events and encounters seem to fall into place perfectly, as if the universe is guiding you. You think of a solution and it shows up. You wish for an opportunity and it appears at the right time. Your emotional state naturally improves. Negative emotions like fear and anxiety lose their power because your mind is no longer stuck in the illusion of separation and chaos. Instead, you feel an inner peace from the certainty that everything is connected and flowing in your favor. You attract people and experiences that resonate with your new vibration. When your frequency changes, your external reality changes too. People who once were a part of your life may drift away, while new connections emerge, bringing opportunities aligned with your new energy. Challenges lose their power over you. Problems and obstacles don't magically disappear, but your reaction to them transforms. You start to see them as part of a bigger learning process, rather than viewing them as punishments or failures. However, there's a major mistake that prevents many people from maintaining this state of alignment: the fluctuation between faith and doubt. Often, when we start changing our frequency, the universe tests us. Unexpected challenges arise, situations that seem to contradict this new reality we're creating. And if, in that moment, you give in to fear, insecurity, or revert to old thought patterns, you slow down or even block the transformation process. This happens because the universe always asks for confirmation before solidifying a new reality for you. This concept means that when you decide to change internally, the universe needs to test your vibration to make sure you're truly committed to this transformation. Imagine that you decide to attract more prosperity into your life and start changing your beliefs about money. In the first few days, everything seems to be going well, until suddenly an unexpected expense or a financial setback occurs. In that moment, most people react with frustration and fear, slipping back into the old frequency of scarcity. And this is exactly where many people fail. What they don't realize is that this situation isn't a sign of failure, but rather a test from the universe to confirm whether your new vibration is solid. If you face this challenge with the same old mindset, the universe understands that your frequency hasn't truly changed. But if you maintain your confidence, act with certainty, and continue vibrating in abundance, the universe records this new frequency as your new reality. This applies to any change. If you decide you want a healthier relationship, you might notice old toxic patterns showing up again. This is a test to see if you respond differently or repeat the same mistakes. If you want more professional success, you might face obstacles at first, like a difficult client or a challenging project. If you persist, the universe understands that you're ready to move forward. If you want to develop more self-confidence, you might face unexpected criticism. This happens to see if your self-esteem has really changed or if you still depend on external validation. The universe doesn't challenge you to make you give up. It does it to ensure that you're ready to receive what you've asked for. When you understand this dynamic, challenges are no longer seen as obstacles, but are viewed as signs of progress. They don't mean you're failing. They mean that your new reality is being adjusted. In the previous video, we went deeper into how this alignment with the universe happens. So after finishing this one, make sure to check it out. There's a difference between just thinking about something and feeling as if it already is real. The universe responds to your emotional frequency, not just your rational desire. If you want wealth, but feel anxiety and worry when thinking about money, that negative emotion sends out a signal of scarcity, and your reality reflects that. Now, if you desire wealth and can feel gratitude and abundance, even before having the money, your vibration shifts, and the universe responds to that new frequency. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that the key to manifestation is putting yourself in the emotional state of what you wish to experience, even before it happens physically. When you enter that state, your subconscious starts accepting this new reality as true, and your energy aligns with what you want to manifest. If you want to change your reality, you first need to change your internal frequency. Here are 3 practical steps to do that. Observe and change your thoughts. Identify which mental patterns are creating your current reality. Whenever you notice negative thoughts, replace them with thoughts aligned with the reality you want to create. Enter the correct emotional state. It's not enough to just repeat positive affirmations. You need to feel like you're already living the life you want. This can be done through intense visualization, where you imagine your ideal reality and feel the emotion as if it were real. Act according to your new vibration. Your energy needs to be supported by aligned actions. If you want abundance, but act out of fear of spending or losing money, your subconscious is still stuck in scarcity. Your actions need to reflect confidence in the new reality you want to create. Many spiritual phenomena that were once considered mystical can now be analyzed through the lens of quantum physics. Experiences like déjà vu, premonitions, synchronicities, and even the intense emotional connection between 2 people can be explained by the principle of quantum entanglement. Many ancient spiritual traditions spoke about this interconnection long before modern science began to study it. Concepts like prana in Hindu tradition, chi in Chinese culture, and the Akashic field in Western esotericism describe an invisible field that connects everything in the universe. Now, quantum physics validates these concepts by showing that there is, in fact, a subtle energy field that permeates everything. The renowned quantum physicist Dr. David Bohm proposed the theory of the holographic universe, suggesting that the reality we perceive is merely a manifestation of a much larger, interconnected field of information. Quantum physicist Erwin Schrödinger stated, "The mind and the world are one," suggesting that consciousness is not something separate from physical reality, but rather a fundamental manifestation of the universe itself. This perspective aligns with the spiritual concept that we are all part of one universal consciousness, experiencing reality through different perspectives. This means that your mind is not isolated within your brain. Your thoughts, intentions, and emotions not only affect your own body, but also interact with the universal energy field. This could explain phenomena like the feeling that you've known someone before you've actually met them in this life could be a reflection of the energetic entanglement between souls. Events that seem like coincidences, but are actually direct responses to the frequencies you are emitting. Quantum entanglement doesn't just happen between subatomic particles. It could explain spiritual connections between people. If particles can remain connected across time and space, what's stopping our consciousness from being connected in the same way? This could explain why we feel another person's energy deeply, even from a distance, or why twins can sense when something happens to the other. Even concepts like soulmates can be viewed through this lens. They would be 2 consciousnesses that were once entangled and continue to vibrate in resonance, regardless of physical separation. Moreover, many spiritual practitioners talk about the connection with the all, a state in which the mind transcends separation and experiences unity with the universe. This state, often achieved through deep meditation, is described in terms similar to altered states of consciousness, studied by neuroscience and quantum physics. Many people try to change their lives only at the conscious level. They make positive affirmations, set goals, try to think differently. But deep down, they still feel doubt, fear, and scarcity. This creates a vibrational conflict. You may say that you believe in abundance, But if deep down you feel anxious every time you think about money, your true vibration is misaligned. Ask yourself, what do I really feel about what I want to manifest? If there is fear, doubt, or resistance, that means your vibration is not aligned. Emotion is the factor that shapes vibration. If you want abundance, ask yourself, how would I feel if I were already financially prosperous? And cultivate that feeling every day. The most effective way to change your vibration is to act as if you are already the person you want to become. If you want more confidence, act with confidence. If you desire success, make decisions like someone who is successful. Your subconscious needs evidence to accept a new reality. If you want to master this connection with the universe and learn how to consciously manifest your reality, I invite you to join the Quantum Thinking Challenge, a 21-day program where you'll reprogram your mind, elevate your vibration, and unlock your full energetic potential. For 3 weeks, you'll receive daily practices to transform your frequency and start attracting everything you desire. The first participants have already sent me incredible achievements that are showing up in their lives. Are you ready for yours? Check it out in the first pinned comment. Now that you understand the power of quantum entanglement, the influence of the subconscious, and the impact of your vibration on manifesting reality, there's just one more essential element missing: complete surrender to the flow of the universe. The final key to accessing your hidden energy is a state of absolute trust. This means aligning your vibration with what you desire, while simultaneously letting go of the need to control the how and the when. It may seem contradictory, but here's how it works. The more you desire something with anxiety and doubt, the more you reinforce the idea that you don't have it yet. This lack frequency blocks the universe from responding with flow. On the other hand, when you're fully aligned and confident, with no fear, no anxiety, just knowing that what you want is already in motion, your reality starts to transform in almost a magical way. The secret is reaching a state of vibrational certainty. This means you already feel and act as though the desired change has already happened. There's no more doubt, no more waiting, just the absolute certainty that the universe is working in your favor. Here are 4 ways to access this key in your life. Practice unwavering faith. It's not about waiting to see before you believe. You need to believe first. Vibrate as if you've already achieved what you want, and then reality will start adjusting. Be grateful before manifestation. Gratitude is one of the most powerful energies for realigning your vibration. When you feel genuine gratitude, as if you've already received what you want, the universe responds by bringing it into your reality. Step into the flow of detachment. Desire, vibrate, align, and then let go. Trust that the universe knows the fastest and most perfect way to bring what's yours. Act as if it's already real. If you had already achieved what you want, how would you act? How would you think? How would you behave? Start living that way now. The universe doesn't respond to your desire. It responds to your certainty. And when you reach that state of absolute alignment, no resistance, no fear, no attachment, everything starts moving in your favor. You no longer need to search for power outside of yourself. It's always been within you, waiting to be awakened. If this message resonated with you, comment below. I'm ready to awaken my true power. And if you want to keep receiving content like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications.